Alright, my name is Sergeant Gonzalez. I'm with the 304 Sustainment Brigade and March Air Force Base on Riverside, and I've been assigned to you veterans to talk to you guys about the ongoing war in Afghanistan. As you all know, recently there was killings of 16 civilians in Afghanistan committed by Army Staff Sergeant Robert Bales. It was said that in the Army times that he had killed 16 civilians, but recently they have been told that now it's moved up to 17. He's been charged with 17 counts of murder. The U.S. forces, neither Afghan forces know why. This has changed. It hasn't been out yet, but as right now, he's been charged with 17. But they don't know where the other body is coming from as of lately. This is considered one of the worst war crimes right now in Afghanistan that was committed by a U.S. soldier. So with that said, in this speech, I'll be talking to you guys about first, who is Robert Bales, and what did he actually do while he was overseas with his killings. Second, I'll be talking to you guys about what the U.S. is going to do about this problem, and what they're going to offer the families and the victims of this tragic event that occurred. And third, we'll be talking about the defense attorney, who is going to be representing Staff Sergeant Robert Bales while he does trial. So as we all know, Sergeant Bales, he's the E6 in the Army. He is from Washington. He was stationed in Washington, Fort Lewis. He had recently served 3 tours in Iraq, which is OIF 1, Operation Iraqi Freedom, which the first time he served was a 15-month tour. The second time he served was also OIF, which was OIF 2, which he served that one 12 months. And then the third one he just served was recently, like last year. He got back in February, around the same time frame when I got back, was 12 months also. So on December 1st, he was sent to Fort Lewis, Washington as a joint base. And then also on February 1st, he was sent to Afghanistan with a force of Special Forces troops to patrol the city villagers. His job was just to go around the village, make sure everyone's doing the right thing. They don't see no one walking around with explosives on them or anything. So one night, it was said that the night before this all happened, he was out just online with his wife. He was having financial problems, and it was said that he just wanted to get out of there already, but he didn't know how to do it. So right here on March 11th, 2012, this year, he was in Najibabad in Afghanistan. Is where he killed 11 civilians. He traveled, it had to be more than a mile to the next town, where he killed the other 5. 5 of the civilians that were killed were children. The rest were all females. He did this while they were all in their sleep. He went first when he left the post. He went about a mile to the left of the town, which is called Tajban. It's a district. Over there is where he killed, I believe it was 6. They were all sleeping. His assigned weapons when he did this was a 9mm pistol, an M4 rifle with a grenade launcher, and those 2 weapons were said to be both used in this crime that he committed. After that crime, he went back like 2 miles more to the opposite side to another village, killing 11 civilians that were there. The 11 that were killed, 9 of them were all females, women, and the other 2 were all children. Once returning back to the base, he then said he realized that he woke up and he didn't know that this event was actually occurring when he turned himself in. So that is what most people are trying to say. Was he by himself, or was all this a setup? So with that, President Obama, when he found out about this, all the families wanted to know like what the U.S. was going to do, and this event made the withdrawal from troops in 2013. Our plan was to come out in 2013, but with this event occurring, we all doubt that that's going to happen now, because the Taliban is reacting very bad to this. So President Obama decided to give to the injured. There was not only 16 killed, but there was also many who were injured in this event. He gave $11,000 to each victim who was injured in this event. He made the money like as an assistance, not like I'm sorry, but most like for like assistance. And to the families of the ones who died, he gave them $50,000 each. on the way when he was on the way to the villages that this occurred, before he gave them the money, there was a one U.S. soldier, I believe it was 6 Afghanistan Army, and a villager and one American Afghan interpreter were all killed on their way to the villages to find out what actually went on. Before they actually got there, they were all killed by a hint led them that they were hit by IEDs, bombs, explosives before they actually hit their destination. And finally, when they did get there, all the victims were already gone. They already released them from the hospitals or anything. So this is having people second guess that maybe this was a setup, because they didn't want no one going into the villages after that. So the attorney that's going to be representing Sergeant Bales is Mr. Brown, John Henry Brown. He is considered to be one of the most best attorneys out there, defense attorneys. He recently he is known he was known for giving a trial of some serial killer. He was going to give him they were going to give him the death penalty, but he came to find out that he had brain injury, some brain trauma, that he won the case, and now that guy didn't go to the death penalty. So Mr. Brown is saying that the government should take full responsibility of this, because they're the ones who created us veterans to make us go like this. He's saying that if anyone has been overseas 3 times in a period of less than 5 years, of course they're going to come back crazy with brain injury and not knowing what is going on. The government wants to blame Staff Sergeant Robert Bales as a rogue soldier because they don't want to take any responsibility as this. They say that he just planned it out on his own, and like he had nothing going for him with that. So, with that said, I had recently, this weekend, went to my military base and I talked to them about this event, and they all told me the same thing that everyone's saying. They're making a big deal out of 16 civilians who were killed in Afghanistan, but when one U.S. American soldier dies, you don't hear anything about it. So I don't see why we're making a big deal of civilians. We shouldn't be there in the first place if we're going to be worrying about their civilians more than we are our own soldiers. So, in this speech, I talked to you guys mostly about who is Robert Bales and what he actually did. Most people just heard about him, but they didn't know what he actually did. Second, I talked to you guys about what President Obama is actually doing in these steps to try calming the Taliban down, saying that he is sorry for this and hopefully it doesn't happen again. And third, I talked to you guys about the attorney, Mr. Brown, who was going to represent Robert Bales in this case. So now you all veterans know what actually occurred with the 16 killings in Afghanistan, and hopefully you guys will have a second opinion on the war. And that concludes my speech.